Shut up and sit down.
Loving it, man. Where do you train at?
Extreme Couture is my home gym. I train at a few gyms, but Extreme Couture is my home gym.
Excellent, man. How long have you been training there for?
I've been here for like 4+ years, 4 years, maybe a little longer.
And you've been fighting for how long?
Like 9-10 years, bro. I've been fighting and competing my whole life though, between wrestling and everything I've done, man. I've been fighting for like 9-10 years, but I've been doing everything a little bit longer than that.
Awesome, man. So for a guy like you, I know you have a wrestling background, MMA. What's it like for you making that transition into BKFC?
It wasn't nothing. It was easy. It's like I thought it would be.
Yep.
Everybody talks about like transition changes, high output changes. I'm a world-class fighter and I'm in shape. So like those guys in the BKFC, I was ready for all that, 100% ready to make that transition. It was easy.
That's great, man. I know I talked to a bunch of different fighters, and a lot of the things that they talk about is the the precision in the punches. Getting those, making sure you get those key shots in. You don't want to hit it in by the head, obviously, and break your hand. That transition, it's been easy for you.
Yeah, man. A lot of guys talk about it, but I don't think they really understand the transition. It's different to like talk about lateral movement and precision, snappy punches, and to really go implement them in the fights. Like looking back at the fights, there's only a couple guys that actually had like really decent like snappy shots and stuff. There's still a lot of mediocre boxing on the card,
Well, yeah, I mean, talking about boxing, I watched your fight. I gotta say, in my opinion, it was probably the best show of combination punches that I've seen at the entire event. I was there live. Obviously, we spoke when I was there, but I thought it was really cool. I mean, Fred Pierce, great guy. Spoke to him after the fight as well. But you had this moment in the fight where you dropped him. You had him up against the ropes. You throw some nice lefts and rights, and then you started working the body, and you throwing some crazy fast combos at the body, and then worked the head again, and finally dropped them. For me, it was just really refreshing to see that because I haven't seen a whole lot of body shots in bare knuckle. It's everybody's going for the head, the knockout. So that was really cool to see.
And honestly, it was pretty impressive. Like, even before them body shots, I landed some of those uppercuts clean through the guard. Like, if you watch his head snapping back on some of those combinations, it was real surprising he didn't fall. But I'm a skill fighter. I'm not looking to knock you out. I will knock you out. I hit hard. But in the end of the day, I just kept on finding openings. And then I seen his guard was high, and that's when I went to the body, So, yeah, a lot of guys don't really mix it up too well. They're really nervous in the pocket. To be able to throw combination punches, you really have to be relaxed and be able to breathe in there. If you're tense and holding your breath like a pit bull's chasing you, you ain't gonna be able to throw them combinations the way you want to.
Right. So for the event, bare knuckle 8, what was it like for you being in the prelims, opening up the pay-per-view? Was there any pressure on you to start the show up?
Honestly, there wasn't no pressure, man. Like, I feel like this is the BKFC is awesome, but I feel like I should be fighting on a huge stage already, So there's more anxiety for me fighting on these smaller shows. Like, I feel it's crazy that I'm that good and I have to go try to find fights on local shows and stuff like that right now. So the big stage is where I belong. It was no pressure on me at all. I performed better. You see, my combinations were cleaner than they've ever been. So I thrive under the lights. I thrive on the microphone. I thrive under pressure. So I like it all, man.
Love it, man. I love it. I love the confidence and the attitude for sure. That definitely resonates well in fighting. So, for you, obviously you had a nice victory at bare knuckle. Have you been invited back yet for a future bare knuckle event? Can you hear me?
I was getting a little bit of lag there on that question, brother.
Oh, okay. No, I'll repeat it. So you're coming off a really nice victory at BKFC 8. Have you been invited back for another event yet?
Man, I hit them up right away to try to get on BKFC 9, Like, I hit them up right away. I got my stitches out, got my doctor's clearance to get back to action. So I hit them right away trying to get to BKFC 9. I don't know. The next show they might have, it might not be till February, leading into March, something like that. So right now I'm looking for an MMA fight right now. I got a couple professional boxing offers. I'm looking to take some MMA fights and just fight the best guys I can, So I almost had a fight in Canada this weekend, but I couldn't get into Canada because I got an assault charge like 10 years ago.
Okay. Kick somebody's
So
ass out there?
I'm looking to fight, man. I'm looking to stay busy right now. I had a full camp. I'm in shape. So I look to keep the momentum rolling,
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think that's a really smart idea. So, that's good. Being a smart fighter, talented fighter, it's definitely a good combination to be. So you got, I think Bare Knuckle 10 is going to be February 1st is what I'm hearing. It's going to be in South Florida, which is my hometown, which I'll be there, back at that event as well. So I definitely hope to see you there.
Man, I hope
fighting.
so. I hope so. I hope so. I'm not trying to sit around until February, but yeah, if I gotta wait till then, that's when I'll wait.
And what's now? And correct me if I'm wrong, but this was your first fight at Bare Knuckle.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, what's your experience been like behind the scenes with Bare Knuckle? How they've been treating you and the fighters, and what's your personal experience been?
Bare Knuckle's good, bro. They do what they do what they say they're gonna do. They pay you. They get you your hotels. They get you your fights. I mean, there's not much else I can really ask for. Just take care of your side, and I'm happy with them, man. David Feldman's been awesome. Got me in there. I bugged him. I bugged him like a bad girlfriend, bro. Trying to get on the phone. He even said something at the fighters meeting in the back, like Zach Juusola fucking bugged me like a bad girlfriend. He's gonna go show everybody that he's here to do whatever. And I went in there and I showed him, man. I told them a long time ago, I'll fight your first fight cheap. I tried to fight Isaac Valley Flag a while back, and I told him, like, it'll be basically an audition. I was just looking to get my foot in the door, and that was my audition. I told him, and I held up my end of the bargain. So I just want to keep moving forward. I don't want to sit around for a year trying to get fights. I want to go fight the best guys I can, and I want to get a title. If there's a title in this thing, I want to get the title quick. I feel like there's a couple guys that got a few more fights than me, maybe Jim Ehlers, maybe Valley Flag, but I feel like I'm better than these guys. I feel like I'm the best boxer in that division. I mean, you can see I got skills. You can see I hit hard.
Absolutely.
You can see I'm slick. So, I mean, those are the guys I want. I don't want to go fighting some schmucks that are just tough schmucks or whatever they are. But I want to go fight those top guys if they're gonna have me fight.
What do you think? What are your thoughts on the main event with Lobov and Knight coming up?
I mean, I hope Lobov wins, because who knows what could happen. Maybe one day I could fight that dude. That's a bigger ticket sale. Yeah. I hope he wins. I like Lobov as a southpaw. I mean, I sparred McGregor before, and that's his boy. I met him when I sparred McGregor for this. I was the sparring partner for the second Diaz fight. So I mean, I want Lobov to win. Like, that'd be cool if I could get that fight one day. That's a fight you can get paid in. So
yeah, it's a nice money fight.
And I think like those two are a tough fight for each other. I think I smoke a dude like that. You look at a guy like Michael Johnson who picked him apart on the feet in the UFC. Mm-hmm. I'm a taller, better southpaw than that. And like that style's just tailor made for me. Like a guy that comes forward with his head, I can move going backwards. Like I hope Lobov wins. It's gonna be another tough fight, but I hope he wins to keep this momentum and keep his little ticket sales going and everything like that. And see what the future brings. He's
been a big draw, and rightfully so, especially after he had that Malignaggi fight, got the victory there, and now with the part 2 coming up with Knight, so it's definitely going to be a good money fight.
And Knight might beat him though. You never know.
Tough kid, man. Jason Knight's tough. I've spoken to him before. Tough kid, determined. He works hard. So I think either way, it'll be good.
I know Jason Knight's not on my radar because I listened to his interview. He's not going up to 55. I mean, I think Artem might go up to 55. Who knows what that guy's gonna do? But yeah, I heard Jason Knight talking. He's gonna stay at 45. I'm not making 45. I can 55, 65, 70. Any of those weights, I'll fight at.
Cool. What was it like for you? I know you brought up Connor McGregor. What was that like for you sparring with him, and how did you get involved with that?
They just came to town, man. They were like, is there any southpaws that could give us the Diaz look? And I was like the only guy in Vegas that could actually give him a good southpaw look. And we went in there, man, fucking put in some work. Me and my boy Mike Arendt went in there. He cornered me. We sparred he paid me, so it was full contact rounds, fucking 16 shin pads, no knee pads and headgear. And We got 2 hard days in for the camp. So the first day, there's a lot of nerves. You know, I went in there was no music playing. It was just like all his Irish homies sitting around. Cam shook my hand, and we sparred. The first day I actually got the better of him. You know, I rocked him with the same side head kick. Second day he came back, watched some footage. He rocked me with this little spinning back kick. But they were really competitive rounds. You know, it was good. It was good for the confidence knowing that I can strike with like one of the top guys in the world.
Yep.
I already knew I could because I fought like Muay Thai world champions and MMA fights, and I've outboxed them on the feet and stuff like that. But it was just good to see like have that guy that has that much star getting ready for that big of a fight, and he's in shape for a fight camp, and I can break even with rounds with the guy when I'm out of shape. So that was real good for my confidence.
That must be really good for your confidence. That's awesome. But I wanted to ask you, you know, I definitely credit you for all the hard work that you put in. But what was that like for you? You know, just, you know, you're trying to get every fight you possibly can. You work hard. You know, you have the confidence knowing that you're a really good fighter, a great striker. You know, what was that like for you knowing that you're getting in the ring and you're toe-to-toe with Connor McGregor and you're giving him a run for his money? Was there any moment during that sparring session where you really wanted to just put it all 100% in and knock him out?
Well, I was trying, man. We were really trying, bro. I'm telling you, like, when we started, I didn't know how hard it was. You know, they're paying me, so I knew it was hard. He threw a flying knee, landed like in my chest, throat area right away against the cage, and I was like, oh yeah, it's real. So, yeah, I was trying to catch him, but like when you're trying to catch somebody, it's a lot harder to catch him. You know, like I thought I was gonna whoop his ass. I thought I was gonna smoke him, and then I went in there and it was like really competitive. But I think when I sparred him, I was like a little tense, a little stiff. But I don't know, man. I've been coming into my own over the years, so I'm just ready to go get back in there. You know, like I wish somebody got hurt on this November BKFC 9 show and they just hit me up like, you want to come get on? I'd be like, yeah.
Well, there is a fight that opened up. I just found out the Bobby Gunn fight got canceled.
Well, wait, say that at?
I just saw something on the internet that Bobby Gunn was apparently supposed to fight, and that fight got canceled. So when I read it, I was like, is this real or not? But it looks like a fight got canceled, so there might be room for another fighter.
Yeah, you never know. I'm hitting up the matchmaker Nate Schick all the time, bro. I'm in his inbox like, hey, you got anything?
Good, man. Yes.
If anybody gets hurt.
You got to stay with it, bro. You know, I appreciate your grind and the hustle because, you know, if you want to make it, that's what you got to do, you know? So I appreciate that.
It's fun too, man. This whole like thing and like grind. I don't know. I like it. I enjoy the whole process.
Oh, that's awesome, man. So like, does anybody that you wanted to pick out, bare knuckle fighting, that you wanted to fight, and they said, hey, we'll give you the pick of the litter. Who do you want?
Man, in order, like, honestly, obviously, Artem Lobov, give me him. Like, I whoop him. I'm the poster boy then? Is that how that works? I don't know how that works. But, yeah, I would want Artem. Jason Knight's not my weight, so that's out of the thing. Number 2 would be Jim Ehlers.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then number 3, I don't know who the hell's popular in that thing. Like, maybe Valley Flag or Let Me Bang. I don't know. He just lost, though. I don't know how that works, you know?
Well, with Jim Ehlers, let me ask you this. I've been, you know, he's one of my favorites. I enjoy watching him fight. He comes like, what a fighter like you, with your mindset. How do you handle a guy like Jim Ehlers who comes out, you know, like a pit bull and he's just swinging, you know?
Hey, that's when I'm the best, bro. I strike going backwards. Like I understand little movements, micro movements. Mm-hmm. Bring the pressure. I see his stiff shoulders. I see his clinch and his uppercut that he's hurting people with. Like. I see those kind of shots. Like other people don't see those shots. Like if you watch that fight I was in, I rolled under like 8 of those hooks. You know, those were clean hooks in the pocket. I was underneath like 8 of those. I got caught with 1 shot. And if you slow that down in slow motion, when I rolled underneath, I hit him with the 2, and somehow he just split my hook and landed a shot with a weird, awkward overhand. And he's a hard hitter and he's got a good boxing background. Won't usually happen. I got caught. 1 out of what? I got caught clean 1 out of what? How many punches he threw? 50, 100? I don't know how many punches he fucking threw, but I got caught clean 1 time. Everything else was grazing, and I rolled with it. My movement and my timing will be better for the next fight. I'll up my reaction drills. I'll up all that, man. Like I'm in here right now. I got my stitches out. I'm in here wrestling now. I'm in shape. Like I'm grappling with top 10 guys in the world. Hold my own, winning rounds in here right now. Like, I'm just looking to fight, man. I bare knuckle, MMA, wherever we're at, UFC, PFL, Bellator. I'm just trying to get in some shows with some publicity, fighting top-notch competition.
Yeah, man. I don't blame you, man. I mean, I'm definitely a fan of yours. I enjoyed watching your fight, your style, the attitude. I mean, you definitely got it, man. And I really want to see you do well.
These are a couple of my homies here, like Johnny Casey's fighting in the Risen Grand Prix over there in Japan. My boy Dan Ige's in the UFC. We got loaded guys over here, bro. Like we're working, and I'm right in the mix with the cream of the crop, you know.
Absolutely, man. You are the cream of the crop, brother. Just keep pushing, keep doing what you're doing, keep hitting everybody up. I definitely want to see you again.
Any more good questions for me, bro? You got any more interesting ones?
Oh, all right, yeah. I do, of course. So let me ask you this: for a guy like yourself, that's a professional fighter, and let's say you're out in public, whether it be with your girl or your buddies, and knowing that you're a professional fighter and you could do damage when you have some loudmouth talkers around that are starting trouble, how does somebody like you maintain your composure, knowing that you could destroy someone?
So
how do you handle situations like that?
I used to get in a lot of fights when I was younger. I don't like disrespect at all. I don't like sarcasm when people are talking to me like that. Like blatant disrespect, I'm gonna address it personally. If it comes to fighting, I'm never gonna throw a first punch. But like loudmouth guys that like I feel threatened, like I'll try to diffuse it. I've worked in clubs. I have that skill set. Mm-hmm. But those kind of guys where you go out and they're undifusable, like if guys got too crazy, I'll probably I wouldn't hit him to the face, but I'll probably hit him with a body shot. Like there was a couple situations I worked at a couple nightclubs, you know, and like guys are gonna swing on you, and like you can kind of grab them, but like you're trying to grab somebody, you don't know who's gonna hit you from the side and stuff. Like I don't know. I've touched a couple people's bodies, but that's like last resort. You're gonna touch somebody, but you never really got to go to that point, brother. Like you already know. You already know you're a bad dude. Like. If you're in a bad mood, just think about it, stay composed, talk it out. But I don't like the whole disrespect thing. I honestly avoid all those kind of situations. Sure. I got a very loving, caring, submissive girlfriend, so I don't got no turmoil at home, you know. I keep my circle small. I come to the gym, and we get out all our aggressions here. So basically, it's just my gym, my home life. So everything is good on my end, bro. I got some good balance going on.
Nice, man. I like that. What about let's see. All right. So next fight you're looking at, obviously nothing yet from BKFC, but you're looking to get into anything at this point. Is there anything right now knocking on your door that's like, hey, I got to fight like right away? Is there anything coming up for you?
I'm managed by Sucker Punch Entertainment, one of the top fighting agencies out there. So I'm letting them handle that. We'll see what's going on. My hometown in Minnesota, they offered me like a co-main event up spot up there in like January, but they offered me a boxing fight in December. So I got some offers, but like I'm just trying to get on the radar. That way, let's say I go knock out these bare knuckle wins, and I go beat these 3 guys. That way, I have a couple of current wins under my belt to just fly over to the PFL or Contender Series or Bellator, or try to get into some ONE FC or Risen or something, you know.
Okay. Yeah, because the reason I ask is because when I put this interview out there, I want to let my followers know where we can find you, where we can look for you for the next fight. Obviously, I want to watch your next fight, so I was just curious to see what you got going on.
Yeah, I mean, just fucking tune in, follow me on Instagram, Juice155. Like, I'll post anything coming up. You got training videos. Anybody's ever down in Vegas, come to the gym, man. We'll get some work in. Fucking whatever you guys want to do, you know, they got all types of classes. You want to move around, do a little time and sparring, get some work in. So anybody's down in Vegas, hit me up on Instagram, man. I like to train, so come on through.
That's awesome, man. Let me ask you this too, because you've trained with McGregor, but is he the same in person, meeting him, as the media makes him out to be, or he acts the same as he does when the cameras are on, or is he a totally different guy?
Man, media makes everybody portray different, man. My interactions with him, he was cool as hell, you know, like he was a cool ass dude. He could fight. He has a sense of humor, so he's a good person to me, bro. Like I didn't see any negatives in him. We're not homie, but we fucking threw punches, so we got some kind of camaraderie that we built there.
No, that's good to hear, man. I just, I know how the media is. They like to, dress things up and make it look a different way than what it really is. So I'm happy to hear that he's a cool dude.
Honestly, I haven't met too many dudes in the fight game that are just like bad dudes, you know?
Yeah.
And if they are, they usually don't make it through the sport because they're ran out of gyms. All the good quality training partners won't work with them, and they stop progressing. You know, they'll eventually degress.
Yep, I hear that, man. So what's a training for you like on a daily basis?
All right, so what we get in is Monday. We got Monday and Friday mornings. We do kickboxing drills in the morning with Eddie Baracco. He coaches tons of UFC guys like Joe Benavidez, a ton of other guys. So we do like a bunch of new school combinations in the pocket, reaction drills. We do that every morning for like an hour and a half. End with a little time in sparring. Monday and Friday afternoon we grapple. Tuesday and Thursday morning Muay Thai class. Tuesday, Thursday sparring. Wednesday wrestling. Saturday boxing sparring. I also go to boxing gyms and work with various world champion boxers. I'm going to get my camp lined up with my other coach, my striking coach, Dewey Cooper. Just got done with this fight, so talk to him moving forward on what we're going to do next and get progress on a camp. But honestly, right now I'm in fight shape. I'm not too heavy. So just keep doing what I'm doing, you know, like 2 a days. Make sure I get my road work in, my timing drills, and just get your hard work in. Everything else will take care of itself. You do the hard sparring, the hard grappling, and you do your drills to get better. You just keep getting better, bro. So that's my schedule.
Love it, man. I mean, hardworking dude, and I appreciate the time and effort that you put into this because you want to be the best in the world, man. So that's the only way you can do it. So that's great, man. Credit to you.
Honestly, we're in the gym. It really isn't even work. Like when you're fighting at this level, like it's not even work when you're in the gym. It's like you got to fight through. It only sucks when you got to like fight through injuries and grind and do the weight cut and stuff. Everything else makes everything else in life worth it. Being able to do some stuff like this.
That's awesome, brother. So I want to thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to be on a Guy Think podcast, man. I'm so happy that we got this opportunity to talk, and I can't wait to share this with my viewers. And we just look forward to seeing you, man. I can't wait to see you bang out there, bro.
Yeah, for sure. And sorry for all the background noise. We're in the gym, you know.
No, man, no worries. Actually, I like the fact that you're at the gym, man. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, man. Again, how can all of my followers follow you on all your social media platforms?
Got you, my brother. Appreciate it.
All right, my man. Be good.
Stay up.